Hey guys, it's Sarah. Thank you so much for watching. So today I have a Project Pan update for you. I have made a lot of progress over the last month. I don't know why, but it seems like March was like the longest month ever. And I feel like I made like way more progress this month than I did in previous months. So I'm really excited to share my progress with you. Also, the background is a little bit different. This is temporary. I just moved into this apartment like a week ago and I still don't have my like filming area set up in my room. So we're just filming from my bed today, so I hope that's okay. But let's go ahead and get into the products. So since last month, I did use up 2 things, and then I also decluttered one. I will go ahead and talk about the one that I decluttered right now. It is the Physicians Formula Spotlight Illuminating Primer. I didn't keep it. I ended up throwing it away before my move. I didn't even think about the fact that I would want to show it in this video, but I decided to declutter that. I think it kind of went bad. I've had it for like about a year now, and it started to kind of smell off, and I just wasn't enjoying looking at it. Like I was mostly using it as like a foundation mixer, and that was fine, but I can do the same thing with the primers that I have that I actually like too. And I didn't really like wearing that as a primer. I also could have used it as like a body product, but I was tired of it. I felt like it was wasting space in my like makeup area, and I just wasn't enjoying it, and I feel like decluttering it will allow me to enjoy the rest of my primers more. So I just went ahead and decluttered that. I made a little bit of progress in March since last month. I'll try to show you a picture. I didn't think to take a picture when I decluttered it, but I do have a close-up from when I filmed my declutter, so you can kind of see where it was. But yeah, I'm done with that one. Okay, next we have the Urban Decay Naked Skin Foundation. So I used this pretty regularly this month. I think I wore it most of the time that I wore foundation. Like I've said before, I don't wear makeup every day, so this isn't the result of like daily use, but I do feel like I made some really good progress, a little bit more than I made the month before. So yeah, but that's just going steadily. I feel like this should be done probably in the next 2 months. But yeah, I do enjoy this, but I'm learning the more that I use it, it's not my favorite. It can look a little bit dry if my skin isn't prepped really well before I put it on. So yeah, I'm learning about this product even more, but it's a nice foundation. It's definitely reliable because it has decent staying power. When I make sure that I don't have any like dry patches on my skin, or I prep my skin well, it does look really nice. So I'm enjoying using it, but I will be glad once it's done, and I don't think I would I don't think I'd want to repurchase this later on. Also, it is so windy, and I don't know if it's just this apartment, but the wind is really loud when it hits this building. So okay, the next product, very exciting news on this one. This is the Wet n Wild MegaGlo contouring palette in Dulce de Leche. I hit pan on both the highlight and the contour side this month. It seems like ages ago that I hit pan on this, but it was less than a month ago. So I actually have more. I hit pan on the contour side first, and then maybe a week or 2 later I hit pan on the light powder. The light colored powder in here has kind of crumbled a little bit around the edges since I did hit pan. When I put my brush in there a few times, it kind of crumbled a little bit, so it does kind of look like there's more progress in there than what I've actually made. But I'm still happy with the amount of progress on this. I think I do want to continue having this in the project. I said my goal was to just hit pan on both sides, but honestly, I'm enjoying using it, and I think I want to keep having it in the project, at least for now. It'll probably take me forever to use it up, so I don't know if I'm going to keep it in the project until I use it up, but I do want to keep working on it. I think I want to start using this light powder more just like to clean up my contour down here. I think I have realized I don't love it as an under eye setting powder. It can just look a little bit dry under the eyes, and I like my e.l.f. HD under eye setting powder a little bit better for the under eyes. But I do really like that for just cleaning up contour right here. So I think I will get even more use out of it that way, because I can pick up more of it to use for that purpose. So this is going really well, and I'm really excited to have finally hit pan. I was wondering, I had a feeling that this would be the month, and I'm glad that I finally did. That feels really good, really exciting. So next I have the Jordana 12 Hour Made to Last eyeshadow pencil in the shade Continuous Almond. I made a good chunk of progress on this month. I made more progress this month than I did the previous month. This is one of those kind of slow and steady progress products. I'm not sure how far down the pencil is going to go, but I have started kind of getting past some of the writing, so we're getting pretty far down with this. I've just been using this as an eyeshadow primer. Sometimes I wear it to highlight the inner rim, but I feel like a lot of times when I do that, it gets on my contacts and like really messes them up. Like there will be like this spot on my contacts that I like can't get rid of unless I just like scrub it really hard with my finger with contact solution, and it's annoying. So it makes it to where I almost like can't see out of my contact lens. So it doesn't happen every time though. Like the first few times I did it, that didn't happen, and it's just like, it just kind of happens at random. I don't know how to prevent that, but I don't think it's the best thing for your eyes to wear things in the waterline anyway. So I'm good just using it as a primer. It works nicely as a primer. It's definitely not the most like budge-proof, crease-proof primer for the eyes ever, but it's still, I mean, it does a good enough job for me for like day-to-day use. So that's going pretty well. I don't have to sharpen it very often. I feel like I maybe sharpen it maybe every other week. Depends on how much eyeshadow I'm wearing, but it's not one of those things where I'm gonna like fly through it. So we're just making steady progress, but I'm happy with it, and I'm happy to keep it in the project until it's done. Next, we have a brow pencil. I finally finished the Wet n Wild Ultimate Brow Retractable Brow Pencil, and I will at the end share the products that I'm rolling in. You guys might be surprised by some of the products that I've decided to roll in, so don't judge me, but I think that it's well reasoned. But anyway, I did finally finish this brow pencil. I am happy to see it go. I wanted to finish it up because it works well enough, but I just wasn't a fan of the tone, wasn't really a fan of the texture. I'm very happy that it's done. Yeah, not much more to say about that, but that is finished. Last month we only had like a little bit left. So, okay, the next product I'm excited. I finally made a good chunk of progress on this. This has been going really slowly. It's the Milani lip liner in the shade Spice. It is a tiny baby now, very small. I'm wearing it today underneath the Wet n Wild lipstick in the shade Mochalicious. It works really well under that. I have been wearing this a lot this month. I just kind of had to like remind myself to use it because in the past few months I think last month I didn't really have any progress to show on this. But I finally did make a lot of progress, much more progress than I did from January to February. So I'm very happy with that. Again, I don't know how far down this goes. Does anyone know how far down the pencil goes? I feel like I'm probably getting pretty close. I'm almost wondering if I can finish this up in the next month. Not gonna like force it, but who knows? It's definitely a very versatile lip liner. It goes with a lot. I wore it a lot this month with, I'll show you. I wore it a lot this month with the Wet n Wild lipstick in Never Nude and the Dose of Colors gloss in On Repeat. Those three go together really nicely, really nice kind of lip cocktail. And so yeah, that was how I used it a lot this month, but I used it, I know, I feel like I just used it a lot. So that is how that's going. I'm really excited about that. Alrighty, now on to some of the products that are not makeup. So I also did finish the Acure Incredibly Clear Cleansing Stick. This is a stick face cleanser. I shared my final review and thoughts on it in my most recent empties video, so check that out if you want to hear more details on it. But last month I think all I really had left was some in the cap and then some that had kind of crumbled down to the bottom. I was finished twisting up the stick like 2 months ago, and there was just a lot left in there to dig out after that. So I did finally finish that off. It's a fine cleanser, but I'm glad that it's done. Not a fan of this format for a cleanser. Then we have the Pacifica perfume in the Sandalwood scent. I really do love this perfume. It smells so good. It doesn't have a lot of lasting power though, but I made a lot of progress on it this month. I think I made just about as much progress this month as I did the first month of the year. But we only have a little bit left of this. I'm thinking that I should be able to finish this by the next update. I pretty much wear it every day. I just kind of put it on my wrists, on my neck. It's kind of gross, like it's looking a little cloudy in there, and I think that's because when you apply like a rollerball perfume, inevitably some of your like skin particles go back in there, and I think that's a little bit gross, honestly. It didn't really become gross looking until just recently, probably because I've just used it a lot. And yeah, I'm not a fan. I wish that they would have just put like a sprayer on this. That would have been better, but yeah. Anyway, I will still finish it up and I'll be glad to see it go. Oh wait, there was one more makeup product. I was kind of going in the order that I went in my last video. But there is one more makeup product to talk about. This is the Lolo Sculpt and Glow Contour Duo. So last month I added this in, but just the highlighter because I was also working on the Wet n Wild contouring palette. So I did go ahead and repress this. It was getting very close to the edges. Last update it was already really close to the edges and it was just getting harder and harder to get product on my brush. So I repressed it again. This is the second time I've repressed it actually. So yeah, I've only used it a few times since repressing, but I'm hoping to have that finished up soon. I think that for this month I do also want to focus on the contour side as well. Since I already hit pan on the Wet n Wild MegaGlo, maybe I'll just kind of alternate between the two, but this is something that I really do want to finish, like actually completely pan sometime this year. I'd like to have it out of my collection this year. I cannot wait. It's going to be so exciting to have this actually finished. I'll just feel so accomplished. So I'm really looking forward to that. But yeah, I want to keep working on this and just chugging along. This was also my project pan last year, so the contour side has also been repressed, and this is what it looks like since after hitting pan on that for the second time. So that's where we are on that. Okay, last update to share, and then I will let you know what I've decided to roll in. So this is the Alba Botanica Very Emollient Body Lotion with SPF 15. I rolled this in last month because it was just one of those things that I wasn't remembering to use, and I feel like it is a good idea, even though I spend most of my days inside, it's a good idea to always wear some SPF on your body. I mean, I wear SPF on my face every day, but I'm not as good about wearing it on my body every day. So I have just been using this kind of on the backs of my hands, on my arms, any part of my body that's exposed. And I do kind of reapply it throughout the day, especially if I'm getting ready to leave the house or something. It's good to just have a little bit of sun protection. I know SPF 15 isn't a lot, but I think it's okay for when I'm just inside. But yeah, I did make some really good progress on this. Another thing is that this expires in November of this year, so I actually do want to finish this by that expiration date. I think that with the amount of progress I made at the rate that I'm going, I should be able to finish it by November. So yeah, I mean, it's a good body lotion. It's also just nice. It, you know, it does its job as a lotion, and I like that it has that little bit of SPF. So that's going pretty well. So with that, we have 7 products left in the project. I finished 2 products this past month, and then I decluttered 1. So that leaves us with 7. I would like to get this back up to 10 items. So I am going to be rolling in 3 new things. You guys are going to probably be kind of surprised. We can always change this. If it's not working out next month, I can always take things out and replace them with other things. But I've decided to put 2 blushes in my project pan. That probably sounds kind of crazy, but I actually think it'll be nice to have 2 because I'll be able to alternate between the 2, and that way I won't get so bored of just focusing on one blush. Of course, I mean, I'll still use the rest of my blushes in my collection. I never like to only use what's in my project pan and not enjoy the rest of what I have. That's like not the point of a project pan for me, but so yeah, the 2 blushes I've decided to roll in are the Lauren Brooke Cosmetics blush in the shade Sweet 16. This was in my project pan last year. The lid has finally broken off, so it's time to try to actually use this up. I want to use this up. I have a lot of pan on it now. I'll probably need to repress it eventually, but this is a tiny looking blush. It is quite small. It's only 1.8 grams of product, so it's smaller than the rest of the blushes I own. I really do want to finish this up, so I don't know how long that's going to take, but we'll see. So that's the first blush I'm adding. The second blush is the Wet n Wild Color Icon blush in Rosé Champagne. This is my favorite blush, pretty much. It was my #1 in my ranking my blushes video. And I've already gotten a lot of use out of it. There's a decent sized dip in there. I would like to just try to hit pan on this. I think that's my goal. One of you guys told me that you were able to finish this in like 6 months. But you also said that you have a little bit of a more tan complexion, so that could be why. But I don't think this should be too hard. It is kind of a lot of product. It's 5.85 grams. So I think someone else told me that this is really hard to use up. So I'm just really curious to see how this goes, but I think my goal for now is just to hit pan. I feel like I'm close to hitting pan, like I can kind of see the ridges in there, like beneath the powder, so I don't know, I'm very curious, but I definitely plan to just kind of alternate between these two. The Lauren Burke Cosmetics one is more of like a little bit of a cooler pink, almost like a bubblegummy pink, and then the Wet n Wild is like a very beige, peachy blush. So very different blushes. I'm wearing the Wet n Wild one on my cheeks right now, and they're both really great for, they pretty much either of these could go with any look. So I'm excited to focus on those. We'll see how that all goes. Definitely curious. The last product I'm adding in is, you're gonna be surprised because I have said before that I don't enjoy panning this type of a product, but this is an eyeshadow palette. This might be the first time I've put an eyeshadow palette in a project pan in a very long time, but it's the Balm Nude Dude eyeshadow palette. Now, let me clarify, I'm not trying to pan this whole palette. This isn't like a pan that palette kind of thing, but this is one of my oldest palettes, if not my oldest, and I just want to start seeing some pan in here. That is my goal. So this is in my eyeshadow roulette for the month, and that's kind of what inspired me to just go ahead and put this in my project pan, because I've been focusing on it a lot anyway. There are two shades in here that I really want to hit pan on, Faithful and Flirty. Faithful is like a shimmery gold, and Flirty is like a goldish purple. Beautiful colors, I love both. I'm wearing both on my eyes right now. I am so far down on those that I'm starting to wonder if there even is a pan. Like, are these just infinite eyeshadows? I don't know, but they seem to just go so deep. So I'm really curious to see how long it takes me to hit pan on those. But those are shades, especially Faithful, just a basic shimmery gold. That's a shade I can wear most days because it ties in well with a lot of different looks. Yeah, so those are the main two shades I'm focusing on. I'd love to hit pan on some others as well. I think that once I hit pan on both of those, I'll kind of reassess and decide if I want to keep this in the project. But for now, just since this is one of my oldest palettes, I just want to start seeing some progress on it. I think that'll be exciting. And I feel like this is a palette that it's not going to limit me too much because I can easily pair this with other palettes that I own. I don't have to just use this every day. That's not, my goal is not to focus on this and nothing else. That's kind of the purpose of my eyeshadow roulette. So I think that having this in addition to my eyeshadow roulette will be a good way to focus on this, but also switch things up and use all of my eyeshadows as well. So we will see how that goes. I kind of surprised myself when I first had the idea to put this in my project pan, because I was like, are you sure you want to do that? But I'm excited about this. I really do like this palette. It's a very basic palette, so I feel like it'll pair well with a lot of things. So yeah, we will see how that goes. But that is everything I think that I needed to update you on. Sorry about the wind. I don't know if you can hear that, but it is so windy. I don't know why it's so windy. Like, that's not really a normal Seattle thing. Like, it's almost looking stormy out there. Weird. Ooh. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm about to go thrift shopping for hopefully a makeup vanity, maybe? I don't know. I want to figure out a makeup storage and like vanity system, so we will see what I can find. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me for this project pan update. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, definitely stay tuned. I update my project pan every month around the 7th of the month. I don't know why that's the date that that's just how it's happening. So definitely subscribe if you want to stay tuned for more updates, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.